Welcome back to Slow Love Knitwear Unravelled with Holly
and Isabel. I think it's just called Slow Love Unravelled, but we move.
Yeah. We wanted this week to talk about our thoughts on it's Fashion Week is kind of coming to an end, so we just wanted to go over what we are takeaways from Fashion Week, as it kind of the whole point of Fashion Week is it's obviously supposed to sort of set the trends, set the terms, and kind of give everybody an idea of where fashion is going for the next year. So we thought it would be quite fun to just share our views as to what we think has worked well.
Lose views that everyone will adhere to.
Yeah,
because we're the fashion queens. No, we're not. Actually, do you know what? That is one of the things I hate the most about things like Fashion Week or like art galleries or wine tastings, is that pressure for people to really think that they know what they're talking about, when actually
100%.
Just tell people what your favourite thing is.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't actually know the name of that designer, but I loved that look. It is okay to be like that. You don't have to know their inside leg measurement or like what their mum was called, or I mean, actually, to be fair, your knowledge of like fashion and history of fashion is unparalleled. But do you know what I mean? Those awkward interviews when you're just like, oh, you're so insincere in that interview. Not you, people in general, I mean.
I know. I think also it just makes me think back to when I was an early teen and used to get these like books that would like tell you like how to be, what the trends were, as if it was set in stone, and that actually now, and you're right, watching anything, any of the fashion weeks, it's like you see a sort of uniform, it brings out people that are following trends, which there's nothing wrong with following trends. I definitely do it to a degree, and then there's people who are just naturally stylish, and it's so in like this year, one of my favorite people to follow is the daughter. She lives in New York, and she is the daughter of a really well-known fashion stylist called Elsie. I can't remember her second name. I'll find out and let Abby know. She used to work under like Anna Wintour. She worked at Harper's Bazaar, and her daughter is a DJ, and she does these like TikToks where she goes in and basically raids her mum's wardrobe the whole time. But she's also been going to the fashion weeks with her mum, and it's just a really good sort of more of an honest insider's view of like what Fashion Week is like when you're used to it, and you're not there as like a sort of showcase,
like a caricature.
Yes.
I watched a video the other day, and the guy, he's not a photographer, but he's just like a street journalist, I suppose, and he's just interviewing random people on the street, and he's like, what did you think of that fashion show? And every single one of them just goes, it was amazing. Yeah. And it's like, brilliant.
It's a lot to take away from that.
Yeah, it's just such a... there must be that pressure. Fashion, I do think you're right. There's such a huge difference between fashion and style. And I think there are people whose entire life comes down to those fashion weeks. And like they've built up. Do you remember when we went to Fashion Week last year at London, and we stood and we people watched, and you could tell the ones that were there because it's their job or it's like their passion, or and then the ones where they've just put everything they possibly can into that week. It's probably cost them. It's probably their students, and it's probably cost them so much money to look a certain way or be seen, and it was. I don't know, there's an element of like insincerity to all of these things, but anyway,
I think it's it's a fun thing to do. It's definitely a fun thing to do. But then, like you say, the people that actually just it is their bread and butter to be there, and it's part of their job, and they do need to be seen to kind of keep fresh in people's minds. Like Heidi, the photographer we've worked with, Heidi Jones, she photographs the street style, which is how I came across her. I saw some of her street style, like candid photos she'd taken during fashion weeks. But Heidi herself is one of the most stylish people I've ever come across. But she definitely isn't.
She's not a trend follower. She is.
She's just so elegant, isn't she?
She's so elegant.
It makes us feel she's actually
she's not intimidating or doesn't make us, but she's so elegant and ladylike to be around. I just feel like a grubby little boy around her. Oh, she's so lovely. But yeah, she's chic as fuck as well.
She really is.
Yeah.
And it's
effortless. Like no effort's gone into her outfit.
The right word. It's effortless for her.
Yeah.
Which is something that I mean, I don't know if it's you're born with or it's like nurture, but she's definitely
she's cool. She's cool. I actually find when I'm looking at the street style stuff, the men's street style. Oh, and I know that you'll agree with this because actually Holly's like day-to-day base style is actually quite, it's not girly at all, is it? I mean, today masculine. You're dressed quite girly, but you are quite a masculine dresser. There's no like frills or florals with you, really, is there? But the men's street style, it looks like they have basically genuinely woken up in the morning and just dressed from their wardrobe, whereas some of the women's street style, it's like they've gone out and purposely bought stuff for Fashion Week, and it's almost like they're in like Fashion Week fancy dress, and it doesn't feel effortless, whereas the men's street style always really does look and feel effortless.
Their street style in Milan is always so beautiful. Actually, the men and the street style photographer, the sartorialist, is always does like the nicest roundup of men's street style during Fashion Week. It's lovely to follow him. He captures the light and just sort of this natural style. It's really lovely to watch.
I think my favourite Fashion Week to follow, I do think, is Copenhagen Fashion Week. I think it's the most like relaxed. It's definitely hits most of my taste. But I love the suit thing. The tie thing is just a bit too much for me, I think, because I think to myself,
but you love a neckerchief.
I love a neckerchief.
Kind of one along from that.
But like the proper done up tie, I just thought, if I genuinely dressed in that in the morning to come to work or whatever, first thing I'd do is want to take my fucking tie off, because it's like that to me isn't effortless. It's too much. I love the oversized suits. I love the layering, but I think the tie's just too much for me. I would definitely wear it with a neckerchief.
It's quite nice to have. When Grace and I were best men at our brother's wedding, we both wore white shirts and like a tuxedo jacket, but then we used like a velvet black ribbon as a tie, but it was like a bow, so it wasn't like the suit tie trend. That was probably the most I could do. I don't know if I could pull off.
Can you imagine if I bowled in here with a like suit?
It wouldn't surprise me.
It probably wouldn't, but love it. I'd be so uncomfortable, I think. Can you imagine Ben? So Ben is he comes and works in the office with all us ladies once a week. He manages all our ads. If I bolted in with a suit and tie, he'd be like, "Are you all right, mate? You've gone too far. You've gone too far." I think it just, to me, it just comes back to that like effortlessness, and the tie just tips over the edge for me. But I do really like the oversized suit style. Yeah, it's cool.
It is cool. There's a sort of wham look of the like wider shoulders, a boxy jacket with the matching. It's the co-ords. I still love a co-ord. Yeah. You know that one that you loved that was from Pluma or something years ago, and that would have been that you could have kept. That would have been a great one to like keep as in a timeless. Yeah. And you can kind of maybe add a little something that's following a trend. Maybe not the tie, as you just said you wouldn't wear the tie, but that's something that I think you could hold as a timeless follow on. But I think the tie and the pillar box hats that we've seen.
I do actually really like those. Do you like them?
No,
not your thing. I tell you what, I actually do prefer, and this is the only thing that I have like looked for and bought off the back of Fashion Week, is a bonnet.
Oh yeah,
I just love it so much. I wear a beanie all the time anyway. Well, not all the time, but in the winter I do wear a beanie. And I just love like the kitschness of it. I bought it's like a bright red mohair one, so it's like really fluffy. I got it from a seller on Etsy in the UK, and I hope it's coming. I hope it might be here before my birthday. It's not actually arrived yet. Red, but I love it's bright honking red. I just love like the kitschness of the little bow underneath. I think that's. I can imagine you
wearing that. Yeah, cute. I do like a hat. I think the pillar box thing, it's just not me. But I would love it if you wore one.
With my hair. That would look fun. It just looked like you wouldn't know where the hat started and finished, and my hair started and finished. But, oh God.
I think that's. I'm trying to think of. I do like the Miu Miu embellished sort of tracky like workwear jackets.
That is very you. I think I'd feel like a twat in that, but you would look really cool in that.
I love Holly. Is it Holly Mercedes? The Scottish influencer she lives in Amsterdam, but she's Scottish. I think she's Scottish. Oh, sorry if you're not. She's got a lovely sense of. She's stylish.
I'm so rubbish with names.
It's Holly with an IE, I think.
Okay. Oh yeah, she is a ledge. Yeah. I do. I'm so rubbish with names. Yeah, I love her hair.
And she bleaches her eyebrows. She just looks. Makes
her
look really
she
cool.
looks really cool.
But I don't know whether I've ever been particularly influenced. Design as in for us as a brand to follow a particular trend.
I think I'm always just drawn to the designers that I think I feel like I kind of wear that, but not high-end designer version. Like Munter this year, all of their layering was so cool, and it was just like oversized and layering.
It's really interesting when people talk about what they've seen though, and they'll be like, oh, lots of faux fur, lots of leopard prints, and it's like, do you not see that every winter though?
Yeah, I know what you mean. And actually, unpopular opinion, but I'm not a big fan of faux fur because I actually just do think it's really bad for the environment.
I actually do like a bit of faux fur, but I feel like when it's that puffy, it makes me look like I've got a small head. Because I have. Here we are.
So this is all the Munter stuff. Like that. It's so cool.
Oh, so nice.
Just that really.
But that's something that you would easily.
I would wear that. That's what I mean. Yeah. And I think that's what I'm always drawn to at Fashion Week. I'm like, I would wear that, and I would try. It is accessible. That's the one. Look how cool that is.
Yeah, that is cool.
And it's like a cool. Some leopard print is so shit. That's kind of like. Almost not leopard print, but her glasses, the layering, it's so good. This is the one that caught my eye. So I think from Copenhagen Fashion Week, that was my favourite, like runway stuff and the street style. It's quite funny. The first street style picture that I've saved is just a girl with a shaved head because
It's not going to be long.
It's not going to be long. So
just going to shave
this head off. Also, her coat is cool. The sleeves are awesome.
So nice. Really nice. I think the Simone Rocha she's the most. Yeah, she's probably the girliest I would go as far as wanting to. Which is also.
Are they where your honking shoes are from? Like the big platform ones.
And my crop.
It's cool because it's like girly, but it's not. It's like almost like Japanese street style, where it's like there's that kitsch, but there's something really masculine about them. That Holly's got it's like a ballet shoe with a gigantic platform on the bottom. Yeah. And I'm
not gonna lie, they're not the easiest thing to wear. I wear like if I'm going somewhere where I know I'm gonna be stood still for a while, I'll take them with me and then wear them. But I couldn't walk
all day.
We couldn't go into.
We couldn't have done our 38,000 steps in New York day in them.
No,
absolutely not. Imagine your calves with those.
No, I couldn't. And the leather underneath it, so it's like. There's a crossover and like the nub of the leather like rubs against the bone, but they are very cool.
They are really cool. So in our podcast somewhere every week, we've waffled on, but we're going to do a Would You Rather. Yeah. So I've thought of this week's Would You Rather, but I need to give it a little intro. So tell people what your most like niche fashion moment when you were younger was.
I was learning how to sort of evolve my style during like the early 90s. So I used to watch a lot of like Clarissa Explains It All and Blossom. I don't know if you can remember that, but it's a lot of like velvet chokers and a lot of layering. So I basically, one of the photos I've got which really sums up my style was I had like a velvet choker, really long hair, like a striped top with another top underneath, a rah-rah skirt, patterned leggings, and then like, I can't remember what the shoes were. I think that kind of sums it up. Cool. And like both Isabel and I have chatted about our childhood dress sense. And what's quite interesting is that we are both quite confident dressers. We're both quite secure in our own style. But what's interesting is from a parent's point of view is that both of our mums just basically like let us do what we wanted. Style-wise, there wasn't any kind of like, you're not going out in that. Yeah.
No. The only thing my mum didn't ever like, I went through a really serious emo phase. It was all in. The hair, and that's busted. The only thing my mum didn't like is she always used to be like, so much of your face is covered, but that's such like a parent thing to say, isn't it? So my fringe started from basically my ankle, if it could. It like started from here. I had this enormous comb over.
I feel like we need to provide photos.
If I had photos, I would have given them to you. I'm so desperate to be able to access my old social medias like Bebo and MySpace, because the emo-ness was just channeled into those, but I can't access them.
Abby found an old video of Ben and his friends yesterday that she showed me that she can show you. Anybody accessing that time in their life, it's like, it's gold. It's so good.
I would love it. And because there's not a single part of me that would have been would be embarrassed about showing that, because they were like some of the happiest times. I used to love it. I used to love like the sweat of getting on my grey skinnies, which looked like they'd been sprayed on, lacing up my bright red or bright green Converse with like skull or studded laces, the double stud belt, the band t-shirt. It was hideous. I didn't quite go as far as like, I'm really fair skinned anyway, but I didn't like properly go like
fake tan.
Well, my fake tan era was after this. It was wild. It was so bad. That was another thing my mum used to say. She'd be like, you look like you've literally wiped a nappy on your arms. But yeah, the emo phase, that was definitely my most like intense niche fashion phase.
I think that is just something, it's a really interesting takeaway, I think. And both of us have got daughters. So it's like, we're as strong-willed daughters.
Yeah.
That kind of wanting to dress yourself, even it like, for anybody with a teenager at the moment, like the oversized joggers, they all wear these absolutely massive oversized joggers. And somebody said to me over Christmas, like, this must literally kill you inside to just see, your child wearing oversized joggers. And I was like,
but she wants.
Yeah, that's what she wants. And my mum totally was hands off with me and let me wear whatever I wanted. Obviously, she was quite strict with adhering to school uniform, but other than that, she was like, you find your own style. And I do think it's really helped me as a grown-up to know how to feel confident in how I dress myself.
Yeah. No, I think I'm always really
We're really similar, aren't we? Good old Helen and Anna.
Helen and Anna. Cheers, guys. Yeah, I think, so with those niche fashion moments in mind, would you rather have to dress like that for a month, every day, go back in time and go for it, or your husband picks your outfits for you for a month?
100% I would dress like I did as a teenager, because my husband...
How would Charlie dress you, Holly?
He would dress me like a lady of the night, as he describes it. He would want me to be in just skin tight everything,
bodycons.
Yeah, bodycons.
Charlie.
If we went, it would be like those bandit, like Hervé has it, those dresses where they look sprayed onto your body.
Yeah, God, I never did the bodycons.
No, I didn't. Only because I was quite self-conscious when they were a thing. As in, like, I'm not a kind of, and I really admire people when they do. I'm not kind of like show off your boobies. I'm more of a sort of legs, but it would be disgusting. And I don't ever wear heels. If he had full reign, it would be like stiletto heels, 24/7. I would be in like skin tight everything.
Oh God, I don't know what mine would be. I can't imagine.
Would James like it if you dress slutty?
I don't know. I think James would actually dress me
like a 50s housewife.
Maybe, or just like really simple, like jeans and a white shirt, or I would like a nice dress or something. He'd just basically probably want me to look a bit more like a lady.
What about? I can imagine he would like you in sort of like head to toe Ralph Lauren, like quite
preppy,
very quiet luxury.
Yeah, I think so.
I think
bowl downstairs in jeans and a white shirt and like a cashmere jumper over my shoulders, I think he'd love that. Some pearl necklace. Disgusting.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. So I think if I was going to be challenged, I would channel my inner emo. Because I actually think James would dress me. I would love it. I might do it.
Maybe we should do that. Let's have a dress up day.
Where we come in. What would yours have been, Abby?
I did go through like a tomboy phase, so probably like camo trousers.
Oh, that's cool though.
I dressed like a boy until I was like 8.
Yeah.
I was properly like camo jeans, Gap hoodie, short hair. Because
but that was like All Saints era as well. That's exactly how they dressed.
My mum thought
the buffalo trainers.
Oh,
those
God.
as well,
I absolutely. What was this? There was a shop in Cirencester, where we're from. Oh God, what was
QS?
it called? No, it wasn't QS. It sold buffalo trainers. It was down.
Oh, I know. I do know. I can't remember the shop, but I know which one you mean.
And it was like such a thing. I had 2 pairs of buffalo trainers in my time. One with a blue flame up the side, and one with a pink flame up the side.
Oh, so cool.
Oh my God, I totally forgot about those. What an absolute throwback. But I went through a really tomboy stage. Then I basically got sick. I've got 3 brothers, and genuinely, people who didn't know us as a family thought my mum had 4 sons. I was such a tomboy. Then I was like, I'm actually kind of ready for people not to think I'm a boy. So I slightly grew my hair, was still cropped, but I had like pierced ears. We used to wear dresses. Then I entered emo. And then I went the total opposite and went really preppy. And then I think after the preppiness,
was that the fake tan stage?
Oh God, the fake tan was so wild. It was so wild. It was always minging. Oh, I also went through a really weird phase of only fake tanning my legs. So I'd be like white as a sheet, and I've got really pinky skin. So I'd look like a pink marshmallow on top, and I'd look like orange. It was the Johnson's fake tan phase as well, which one stank, and it was always like, it doesn't smell, it stank. Orange legs. Oh God, it was so weird.
The sheets, the bed sheets, and the towels. I know. I went through a fake tan phase.
So, and then I think after coming out of that preppy phase, I think is ultimately when there are still things now I think back on and go, I would wear a version of that now. I had this leopard print faux fur coat, which I absolutely lived in. And I remember my boyfriend at the time worked in Jack Wills, and all of the girls that worked in Jack Wills were like stick thin, long blonde hair, baggy joggers.
Was the hair like backcombed? So
backcombed, backcombed, and just so thin. And my boyfriend at the time was such a ledge, and he worked in the Jack Wills in Cheltenham, and I used to go in.
The Jack Wills in Cheltenham was banging.
Yeah, it was so massive. It was such like a thing as well, wasn't it? Like the loud music, everyone wanted to be seen in there. And I used to wear high-waisted shorts with like a baggy t-shirt, black tights, but like chunky boots, and my leopard print faux fur thing. And I just felt like the absolute Don Megan. That loved it. So, and I think that was the start of like actually finding my own style, and then just from there on, I think I genuinely did wear what I wanted.
Do you know what I'm obsessed with following as well? Just going back to sort of like the evolution of art, of like style, but also how fashion weeks influence a certain type of person, is the Row and the Olsen twins. I obviously am being like everybody else. I fucking love them. I love the fact that they just have their own sense of style. I love the fact that their designs are not following trends. I know it's insanely expensive, and they are in themselves inspiring a lot of trends.
Yeah.
But they just it's like their style hasn't changed for the past 20 years, but it still
like
feels
evolved,
really
but
effortless and just chic as fuck.
It is. I think that is the key. If I was gonna, I think that's like the ultimate compliment, isn't it? If you're like, something looks really chic. That is.
You in our spring summer.
You wait.
I know.
TC spring summer. It is so cool. I was pleasantly surprised when I put it on. I didn't think it was going to suit me.
You weren't all in, and then you tried on off sign offs, and then you were. Yeah, super cool.
What are your, like, of all the fashion weeks you've seen so far? Like, what are your things that you just, other than the pillbox hat? Is it pillbox or pillarbox?
I don't know.
It's pillbox. I'm going to go with pillbox. I might Google it in a minute.
What
are your, like, things that you just wouldn't, like, you're just not getting on board with? Like, you just think is... So mine, I think that I don't like the bag charms. I think it's a really weird, gimmicky thing. And I just think, I don't know, I just don't like it.
That's been going on for like a year though, hasn't it?
I know, I just think it's weird. Not weird, it's not weird. I just think it's gimmicky and there's something, I don't know, I just think it's a bit childish.
I think we talk about this quite a lot. I don't love the absolutely excessive layering of like, I think to layer in a lot of different colours with different prints can look so good. But again, it has to be done effortlessly.
Don't want to look like the lady from Home Alone who feeds the pigeons.
No, I also think there is an element of it like almost a little bit clickbaity, where it's sort of like, how many different things can we have, where it's sort of going to be ticking all of these key trend boxes.
Together doesn't work when it's
actually that Holly
Mercedes,
the lady that we just looked up a minute ago, does layering really nicely. I think it's sort of not excessive. She layers, but there's just the way she does it is, it feels quite, we keep using this word, effortless, but that's how it looks. And also Pernell.
Oh God,
I know, she's just. I know it helps because she's so tall and sort of gangly, and it just looks...
the clothes hang off her quite well. But do you know what? I wouldn't use the word chic to describe her. Do you know what I mean? I don't... She looks so cool.
She is the ultimate definition of eclectic, I think.
Yeah. Oh, you're so bang on.
She's very eclectic.
Yeah.
But she'll wear like a ball dress with like those like legging, I can't remember the brand's name, with the moons on.
I do really like those.
And
cool.
Trainers or like wellies, and she just...
It looks really cool, but it's not chic. Bag charms, they're not chic. I don't think they're cool. I don't think they're chic. You won't see me with a bag charm.
Okay. Noted. I have to
take
take back
my birthday.
I have to take back your bag charm I got you for your birthday.
And what are your favourite takeaways from Fashion Week?
I think it's more... It's funny because obviously we are in knitwear, but I don't necessarily follow... I do love the sort of oversized tailoring. I do think there's something so elegant about that.
I also love oversized. I think that's the thing that anything that I've always ever worn. I've never worn skin tight. No, that's a lie. I went through a very short phase after preppy, fake tan phase.
Did you ever have a pair of Miss 60 jeans?
Absolutely not.
No,
I didn't.
I love them.
No,
They were
I never did. I never did the Miss 60, and I never did like the bench or hooch school trousers.
What?
No, my school trousers were like wide leg linen trousers.
Oh,
I know.
Mummy.
Look at me, better than everyone else. Yeah, I do like the oversized, and I like the monochromatic. I tend to do it more in the summer, but like I love an all white or like all off-white cream look.
You do. You're very brave.
I do like that.
Isabel will come in head to toe cream, and she'll be like, my period's due. And
living life on the edge.
She loves to just fucking live like, right on the edge. She also with a toddler and she's like toddler. It
is like my USP. I can keep a white. But or if it's, people are always like, oh God, what if you drop something on it? I'm like, I just put it in the washing machine. Yeah. Like anything else. I'm kind of not scared to wear whites. That's the key. But yeah, I do like. I think I just, in the fashion weeks, I just search for what I already love.
Yeah.
Not to validate what I wear, but that's what I tend to go towards. So the oversized, I love the all like the same colour from head to toe,
Yeah.
like your brother used to dress.
Yeah. My brother.
Colour blocking.
Yeah, colour blocking.
And men's street style I really liked. Do you think that there are elements, like key elements? I think there are. I do think there are key elements of the fashion weeks that actually are going to be present in our spring summer 25 collection.
A little insight as to what we're doing, but we're going to be able to offer the ability to layer, which we haven't. I suppose with the staple tanks and the staple cardigans, we have offered that, but this is sort of really
more like
really
cohesive layering options,
and it's going to be like a capsule kind of something that's much more cohesive. I mean, even like with the spring summer last year, you couldn't necessarily layer anything. Like the piece that Isabel's wearing is really good to layer with your day-to-day wardrobe, but we didn't offer things to sort of bring it together, whereas this is very much, you could probably buy 3 pieces and wear them all. Which is so exciting.
Chic.
It is chic. It's very chic. And the important thing I think as well for me watching fashion weeks is, it's amazing to watch, but realistically we're not selling to the people that would be at Fashion Week. Our customers are not like, our customers are everyday people like you and I, and that's very much at the forefront of our mind always.
It needs to be very wearable every day.
And that's the great thing about when we've been at pop-ups and we've met some of our customers. It's like, I now think about somebody that came and bought something when we were in Belfast, and I have to think, she buys from us all the time, would she want to wear this? And that's really at the more than anything at the forefront of it. And it's lovely, like the idea of being able to wear spring summer, and I would wear it to Fashion Week and it would be so chic and I could style it, but I also, you have to think about, I don't want to exclude any of those people. I want it to be something that they would all want to wear. Which is really tricky when you think you're like narrowing it down to 10 pieces.
But I think it's we're really lucky that as a team, we've all got very varying body shapes, and my areas of when I dress, I think I don't want to highlight that, whereas that's an area that you're really comfortable with, or but actually, so we can trial and test it across lots of different, just within our team. And we all of the team are actually Slow Love customers before we became before we worked for Slow Lovers, so it's quite organic. It is maybe not Abby, but
she is now.
She was a hard convert, weren't you, Abby?
And Ben.
And Ben.
Ben and Charlie both wearing. Charlie won his black Young Hearts jumper to Twickenham to watch the rugby. And they were in a box. And he was like, I knew that everyone there would be in their sort of tweed or like wearing the same thing, and he just would have
in his black Young Hearts. What an absolute ledge.
I know. So cool.
No, Charlie.
So I think, is that we wrapping up for this week?
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed it.